important area of fantasy, and often our very first contact with the genre, are fairy tales. You know, there's classic fables with really important life lessons, like don't talk to strangers and always keep your promises and don't eat that apple, it's poisonous.
That last one,
Yes.
that's come in handy
Very
for me
important.
a lot. I can't eat an apple to this day.
Terrified of fruit.
Yeah, but I can't be the only one who grew up watching Jim Henson's The Storyteller.
I love that show.
I was obsessed with that
Yeah.
show, you know, it scared me, it gave me laughs, I watched a lot, I still do, but I love that type of story.
Yes.
You know, that fable type of story with, you know, the rhythm and the flavour that it had, and that's why I was so pleased to read a new book that actually evokes the same feelings, The Sigh, by Marjane Satrapi.
Now, some of our viewers may be more familiar with her other work, Persepolis, which is, again, a beautiful
great,
piece.
yeah.
The Sigh is more of your classic fable, your classic fairy tale, and it's done so well that I kind of got halfway through the book and went, wait, do I know this story? Is this an adaptation or is this a new story?
You do kind of go, it has that feeling, it hits that so well.
It does.
You do feel that. I mean, we've got a widowed merchant with 3 daughters of varying levels of attractiveness.
The youngest being the cleverest.
Well, of course, has to be. The youngest has to be the cleverest.
Yep.
We have an unexpected outcome to a bargain.
Yes.
We have a mysterious creature who calls himself
He's
who
lovely.
is a sigh, a living sigh,
living
from the
sigh.
land of sighs,
Yeah.
which is lovely.
It's a beautiful
it's quite
image.
evocative,
It
isn't
is.
it? Just that phrase by itself.
Yep.
You know, we have a journey into mystery. We have young love torn asunder by a misunderstanding. It really is quite a charming little story. It really,
is.
I got a bit of a fuzzy on it.
Yeah.
It's more of an illustrated storybook
Yep.
than a graphic novel, though. If we're going to be
Brutally
factual.
honest, yeah, but that's not a bad thing.
No.
The artwork in this, Satrapi has illustrated as well, and she's done such a lovely job with these quite simplistic images, almost seemingly done in crayon and charcoals, but that's kind of where the charm in the illustration lies. I also feel like this is a book that should be read out loud, either to yourself or to someone, just because it does have that beautiful kind of classic fable feel and the repetitive of the themes.
Yeah, and it's got a cadence to it.
It does.
That does feel like it's something that's supposed to be spoken.
Yes,
I know what you
you've
mean.
got the 3 daughters, and you've got the 3 trials,
Yeah.
and there's that kind of repetition.
There
to
are
it.
those repeated themes and those focal points that you recognise.
Yep.
You know, we've got important storytale themes like faithfulness and self-sacrifice and the wicked receiving their comeuppance.
It's always satisfying.
Which happens 3 separate occasions in the 3 trials.
In the
as
3
you say,
trials,
which
that's
is
right.
another trope that I really love to see resurrected here. Look, this is probably not going to be for everyone.
No.
Obviously, it's quite a soft story, but that's lovely. I mean, you'll get to the end of this and have a smile on your face, and you'll be reminiscing about your childhood.
Yeah.
So, look, I'm definitely giving this one a buy.
Yeah, I totally know what you mean. You kind of close that book and you look at it with its beautiful silver border and the lovely shade of blue that the book is. And it does make you smile, and it does make you think of all those kind of stories that you read as a kid.
Yeah.
It's really, really lovely. If you're more into your high concept stories, I'd suggest having a look at Persepolis
Yeah, there you
instead.
go,
But I would like everyone to have a look at The Sigh, though, because it is such a charming book. It's definitely a buy from me as well. Now, Al, you've sprung it on me. I'm springing it on you. What is your favourite fantasy? Story, movie?
It's a big question,
It
isn't
is.
it? You know,
Huge
because
question.
again, like you, I grew up reading a lot of fantasy stuff, and there was all movies that I loved. Things like Willow was, watched that every weekend when I was a kid. But in terms of fantasy novels, it would probably have to be in that area for my favourite.
Your favourite?
Started with Dragonlance, went into Forgotten Realms, various other
Always
things
cool.
like that. But if I have to pick the one that I read the most number of times, it'd probably be Legend by David Gemmell.
Nice.
I was obsessed with Gemmell for ages 13 up till 17, I think, and read everything that he wrote. So yeah, it'd probably be Legend.
Legend is the one.
Oh, great story.
Awesome.